You mentioned the Pistons getting to the line a lot in the early going of this season. Coming up on 5 minutes left to go. First quarter, Jordan from the outside. His first hoop for the night.
Well, remember what he did the other night. Spotted everybody points. Didn't score in the first quarter. Late in the second quarter, got a field goal, and then led everybody with 24 points in a big 3-point game winner against the Indiana Pacers the other night.
Dumars with a force.
It was a hip call.
First on Joe Dumars. Third on the team. Jordan off the screen by Cartwright. 4 for Jordan, and the Chicago lead is 4 at 12-8. McRae to Jordan. They clear out Jordan against Dumars. 5 to go on the shot clock. Michael goes to work. 6 now for Jordan, and the Bulls back on top by 2.
Well, Michael Jordan driving to the hoop here. We know that he's got the bad back. He complained about that after the game against the Pacers, and after he makes the drive, watch what he does with that left hand now. Yep. Did you feel a little bit of a twinge?
This is not a game for the faint of heart underneath the boards tonight.
Got to get him down deep, Stace. I know he wants the ball, but you cannot. They'll be all over you with the rest of his team. You got to get Lane Beer in a one-on-one quick move situation.
7 to go on the shot clock. Jordan for 3.
Hello. Bring it up.
9 points for Jordan. Ron Rothstein sending Joe Dumars back into the game momentarily. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redker, that's the story, and we're in second period of play. 6:47 to go second quarter. Tonight's overhead camera shot is brought to you by the Upper Deck Company. Nobody does basketball like Upper Deck, as we get a look at Michael Jordan going from the outside, dialing long distance.
We saw Michael do that against Portland in game 1 when he got 35 in the first half. 6 for 10 from long range. He's still got his hand on his back. A little testy, isn't he?
It really is, and I think, again, as Chip Schaefer mentioned before the game,
give him a lot of time. In a row.
When he sits on the bench, it'll be briefly. They'll try to get him in and out briefly so that back doesn't stiffen up on him. So he'll probably play a lot of minutes tonight.
Point lead. You know, just looking at the roster, talked to George Blaha, their radio announcer. They've got an Isaiah Morris on here, a 6'8" rookie from Arkansas. And I said, well, do you get confused? He says, no, we call him Butch. In Detroit, there is only one Isaiah.
There's George Blaha, longtime voice of the Pistons.
And I guess there is only one in the league, Isaiah. But there's a Moses.
Yes, sir. Moses is recuperating now, though.
We won't see him Friday.
Jordan.
MJ, tough hook because Joe Dumars was right in his pocket.
12 points for Jordan, and the Chicago lead is 8. That's the largest of the evening, if I'm not mistaken.
So that's a 3-point pickup on that last possession. With the technical foul, a hoop by Michael. Bulls want to get at least two
possessions in this final minute, I would think, yes.
If not more, but they'll go for 2.
Ten to go on the shot clock for Chicago. Jordan over Dumars. Michael heating up here in the second quarter, has 8 second period points and 12 in the game.
That was a flat-footed jumper. Now that's tough for Dumars to defend against.
Motioning to his club to match up, boys.
Michael, his only 2 trips to the foul line have been to shoot technicals.
That's something we might keep an eye on this early season. Red, Michael not getting to the free throw line as often as we're used to seeing him. Cartwright inside, knocked out of bounds by Polynice. Bulls want a goaltender.
Everybody in the building wanted it except the officials. Michael gets Big Bill down low. Up he goes.
Back live, Jordan converts. Michael with 17 now. The Bulls lead is 7. Thomas double team. Polynice, good ball movement. Aguirre gets by Pippen, dribbled it off his foot.
They did what they wanted. They swung it all the way around. Horace came out, and Aguirre was on his way to the hoop, and as luck would have it,
his foot got in the way.
Yes.
Jordan quickly. He has scored all 5 Chicago points here in the early going of the third quarter and propelled the Bulls into a 9-point lead, largest of the evening for either team. Michael posting Dumars. Double team by Isaiah. Nice move.
MJ. They're not doubling him now. We'll see what happens when Rothstein signals to his defense.
Isaiah penetrates.
It's off to a great start. He knows he's in Chicago.
10 points for Isaiah Thomas. Coming up on 2 minutes left to go. The Bulls and Pistons tied. We're third period.
2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Jordan out high. With the hanger over Isaiah Thomas. Michael Jordan, 25. They'll pick him up in the backcourt. The long lead for Rodman taken away by Grant to Jordan. Michael. 28 for Jordan.
Scott Williams had a good play, but it bounced off his foot out of bounds. He made a great play on that tap down and gave him 5 seconds, and as Lambeer tried to fire it down court, it was intercepted by Horace Grant. Michael hit the jumper. We've got a 1-point lead by the Pistons, and McRae cannot get in at this time.
Orlando Woolridge on the trigger. Pressure in the backcourt by the Bulls. This is Joe Dumars. Pistons by 1. 9:35 to go for the game. Dumars. Jordan got a piece of it. Scott Williams comes up with a deflection.
He received it at bimp.
15 to go on the shot clock for the Bulls.
Do they chase another man? 3 for Mike. Yeah. Yes.
31 for Jordan. And the Bulls catch the Pistons with 7:30 to go. Bulls and Pistons tied.
Oh, Michael right next to you.
18 seconds left to go in the game. 9 of the shot clock. Scottie Pippen leans in. Rebound Grant. Horace to BJ. Final 10 seconds. Michael Jordan. Isaiah Thomas gets the deflection off the rim, and a timeout taken by the Pistons with 1.1 second remaining.
No, he's saying give him 3 seconds. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's right.
They can catch and get a good shot. You don't want to foul on this. Orlando Woolridge will inbound the ball, and the Bulls hope they're headed for a 5-minute overtime.
1.4 seconds remaining. Pistons get it at center court. Time to inbound, load up, and fire. I would think you're trying to get Dumars or Thomas here. Rodman will inbound. Cartwright with the long wingspan will defend to the inbounds. Isaiah Thomas lets it go. And we'll go to overtime.
What a way to end the first 4 periods against the Detroit Pistons and the Bulls.
Isaiah Thomas gave it his all in the final second. We'll go to a 5-minute overtime. The Bulls plot strategy tied at 86. This is Isaiah Thomas. Joe Dumars. Lambeer loses on a tie-up, knocked out of bounds. Bulls basketball.
Horace is going to call a timeout. Now they may take the 20.
Timeout Bulls. And I believe they're going to take the full timeout. Full timeout for the Bulls. 52.9 seconds remaining. Bill Lambeer has a seat on the Piston bench. And the Bulls pull things together on their bench. Take a look at the last play.
Isaiah breaks down the offense like he's been doing all night. And here it is. They try to save it in bounds, and they say that Rodman's hand hit it before Scotty, so that everybody pointing different directions. How'd you like to ask where the loop was with these guys? Michael knocks it out of Lambeer's hand.
Scotty looks like he deflects it, but actually it was Rodman. We could see that from the baseline camera. Got a piece of it and knocked it out of bounds. Jack Nees in position to make that call.
Now he's just being told by Bruce Alexander, you have a delay of game. Now if you step over, I'm going to have to call it.
Rodman will defend on the inbounds. Pippen will toss in. B.J. Armstrong is on the floor for the Bulls, along with Michael Jordan. The inbounds of Cartwright to Jordan. Time winding down. Michael for 3. Yeah! 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 Yes! 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 A winner! They play 52 minutes plus, and Jordan ends it in less than 5 seconds.
Michael celebrating as he runs off the court. Let's take a look at that shot with the clock. Cartwright has it, gives it to Michael. He dribbles once, a long three, up and through at the 0 mark. The Bulls move to 3-1. Michael, in 2 games, has saved the best for last.
The Chicago Bulls win another nail-biter here at the stadium. Michael Jordan's three-point shot propels the Bulls to a 2-point victory over the Detroit Pistons. We'll be back.